because we have some new updates regarding 500 million. I mean, I keep hearing this new 500 million number being thrown around as the first thing that just has happened, has already been done. So let me get an update on that.
President Trump sounding confident as negotiations continue with Iran on a final agreement to end the war. However, disagreements are popping in the new talks around Iran's commitments in the Strait of Hormuz. The president is warning that regime must live up to its commitment to what he calls nuclear honesty. General Jack Keane.
He has got to make certain that we are in control of those inspections anytime, anywhere. The president needs his team on the ground with them, accomplishing his objectives with the complete bias that that brings to the table. This is the number one objective he's trying to achieve, and I think we got to have our boots on the ground, our experts on the ground, making sure they're being achieved. And if they have any doubts about it,
our boots on the ground means our experts, not boots. He doesn't mean soldier. It is very important that these are American inspectors. And honestly, like if you have IAEA inspectors, it doesn't make sense for the Islamic Republic to determine the nationality of those inspectors. So we should be able to get them, some of them being American. He doesn't mean soldier. It is very important that these are American inspectors. And honestly, like if you have IAEA inspectors, it doesn't make sense for the Islamic Republic to determine the nationality of those inspectors. So we should be able to get them, some of them being American.
dial the president back and talk to him about it. They should be working for him.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst is in the Middle East. Trey.
Harris, good morning. I spoke with the president today. He says U.S. inspectors will join the IAEA in inspecting Iranian nuclear facilities.
So here, look at this. This part is important. Look at this.
Harris, good morning. I spoke with the president today. He says U.S. inspectors will.
U.S. inspectors, not UN inspectors, U.S. inspectors. That is fucking key. Like, guys, please tell me in the chat you understand why this is key. That it's not just inspectors, it's U.S. inspectors. Like, as somebody who follows the Islamic Republic politics, I promise you that if this is U.S. inspectors, that means that the level of humiliation and infighting and the loss of the Islamic Republic's legitimacy among its followers inside Iran will drop even faster than before. That's why I'm so eager to see. I know, yeah, exactly, Samantha, more humiliation. I know for the American side, they want U.S. inspectors in because they're not trusting anyone else. But from my perspective as an Iranian, I want U.S. inspectors because it would be the ultimate humiliation that the people who killed your supreme leader and now putting their foot on Iranian soil to come and make sure you're disarmed. The people, let me repeat that. The people who you say are the murderers of our supreme leader, not only you did not get revenge from them, you are allowing them to come step foot on your soil so that they personally can make sure that you're disarmed. There is no higher level of humiliation than this. Okay, so let's continue.
Will join the IAEA in inspecting Iranian nuclear facilities. He says there is no rush because this material is buried deep underground in the aftermath
I think
of
this is the
Night
same
Hammer.
clip.
As it relates to the
Oh, no,
Iranians,
it's
the
not.
president said they'll make a deal, put it in writing, then they'll go out and say it's not true. He went on to say they've agreed to it. They've agreed to the inspectors. Now, the head of the IAEA echoed the administration's position today, saying that inspections will take place at Iranian nuclear sites, marking a major milestone in negotiations between Iran.
So we have to be careful because if it's at this the Bushehr facility, that's not good. Okay, we don't want inspectors at the Bushehr facility because that's not where they enrich uranium. That's when they enrich. That's where they're supposed to at least turn the enriched uranium into electricity, which makes it a not important place. We want inspectors at Isfahan, Natanz, and Fordo, and every fucking other place, surprise inspections with no notification and unlimited access to anywhere in Iran. That's what we want.
Will take place.
Guys, these are the conversation that you're going to be hearing more about in the, later, right? But I'm telling you right now, okay? This is what you should be asking for. Inspectors anywhere in Iran, without notice, without limitation of access. That means that they should be able to come and check every military facility anywhere in Iran immediately. They should be able to come look up the Supreme Leader's butthole without notice if they want to. That's what they should be. That's the level of access that they need. All right.
And the way that we
Iranian
actually found out about some of these nuclear sites before was just by intel that we would have gotten from Mossad and other agents. That's actually how we found out about. I think it was either Natanz or Fordo or Isfahan. It was one of those. We actually found out about that through intel, and then we were like, "Hey, let's go check that." The UN was like, "Let's go check that," and Islamic Republic was like, "Fuck no." So whenever we want, wherever we want, as much as we want, it'd be great. Before they were like, okay, the Islamic Republic was like, IAEA, you can come for 1 hour and inspect this area of this facility, and we will accompany you while we're walking with you. That was it. That was all they could do, which was nothing.
Wait, can I respond to this? Okay, so this guy is saying به تخمم خامنه‌ای فقط جوان شد، نظام هم پول گرفته، هم در قدرت خواهد ماند. خامنه‌ای یکیش یخچال شد، یکی دیگهش گی شد و خامنه‌ای هم یخ شد، هم گی شد و خامنه‌ای که گی اول دودول تو کونش میکردن، حالا باید بره ذرت تو کونش بکنه چون پول نگرفته، ذرت گرفته. خب خامنه‌ای جوون قبلا دوست داشت دودول تو کنش بکنن، ولی الان دیگه دودول گیرش نمیاد چون معلول شده، الان باید بره ذرت آمریکایی تو کنش بکنه.
تخم گندم نورم بخور.
آره. Sorry, that was a pro-regime person I had to answer. Okay, let's continue.
Nuclear sites, marking a major milestone in negotiations between Iran and the United States. He indicated that identifying the location of highly enriched uranium remains the top priority.
This has been signed, has been agreed. Paragraph 8 of this Memorandum of Understanding says explicitly that the nuclear activities that are going to be carried out with regards to the nuclear material facilities and will be supervised by the IAEA in all letters.
While the timeline is unclear, this statement shows that while Iran says one thing publicly, there are clear agreements behind the scenes. Now, the president's remarks come as more vessels are passing through the Strait of Hormuz. With millions of barrels of crude oil exiting the Persian Gulf each day, the ceasefire on this front appears to be making steady progress. In terms of sanctions relief for Iran, President Trump posted to Truth Social today, saying in part, we will be releasing some of their money that is totally controlled by us to our farmers and ranchers for the purchase of corn, wheat, soybeans, and more. Food is desperately needed in Iran, and we will be purchasing it for them exclusively from the United States. Now, the president indicated to Fox News that an estimated $500 million worth of goods will be purchased. This comes as Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in the Middle East for meetings about the agreement and the path forward. He said this on Tuesday about Iran.
If Iran makes a decision, if its leadership makes a decision that they want to be a country instead of a revolutionary movement that exports terror, they're going to have an opportunity to do incredible things in Iran. I'm not promising you that that's the choice they're going to make. I'm saying if that's the choice that they make, then there will be opportunity.
And Harris on this out.
By the way, he knows that they're not going to make that choice. Rubio, that's why he's saying if. He's saying if.
Standing issue
He's like,
of
man,
Lebanon
this is so
yesterday.
stupid.
Marco, come be the president. Exactly.
And Harris on this outstanding issue of Lebanon. Yesterday in Washington, there were a fifth round of direct talks between the Israeli and Lebanese governments aimed at normalizing ties between the two countries and disarming Hezbollah. Harris?
I mean, if Lebanon could have disarmed, I mean, if they could really disarm Hezbollah, they would have done it by now. They've wanted to talk to
Yeah.
Israel. You told us that first. It's been 3 or 4 weeks.
Guys, let's not allow the strongest army in the Middle East attack Hezbollah and destroy them and humiliate them and contain that threat. Let's instead keep talking to a much weaker army of Lebanon and let them do it instead. That seems like a great idea.
Ago, you broke.
Harris?
You know, I bet you there are so many Lebanese people. You know, I don't know this, but I kind of do know this, that there are a lot of Lebanese people who are like, please, IDF, don't leave Lebanon. Please finish the job with Hezbollah. Please don't leave Lebanon until you're done with this. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
I mean, if Lebanon could have disarmed, I mean, if they could really disarm Hezbollah, they would have done it by now. They've wanted to talk to Israel. You told us that first. It's been 3 or 4 weeks ago.
اینو نگاه کن. لبنان در قراردار هست، بلد نیستی حرف بزنی اصلا.
You broke that news that Lebanon had reached out to Israel. Hey, we're ready to talk.
Oh, we
Can
also-
they even do that?
Yeah.
آمریکا که با حزب‌الله جنگ نمیکنه که اسرائیل داره با لبنان و حزب‌الله جنگ میکنه و اسرائیل هم تو این قرارداد نیست عزیزم. یعنی هیچ کاری که آمریکایی‌ها میکنن اصلا ربطی به حزب‌الله نداره. میتونن به اسرائیل بگن که مثلا کمتر بزن، اونم کمتر میزنن، ولی هی میزنن. مثلا نخوندی، برو بخونی قرارداد اول، اون اولین نقطه رو که نوشتن رو بخون، اون وقت بیا برگرد بگو.
Yeah, true.
Lebanon had reached out to Israel. Hey, we're ready to talk. Can they even do that?
Nope.
This is a great question. And what the Trump administration is trying to do here is encourage the Lebanese government to use their army and participate in these efforts to disarm Hezbollah because they see it as something that would benefit both Israel and Lebanon. And it's not just in the south of the country, it's in the capital of Beirut, in that southern Daqa neighborhood.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. Maybe they perceive that as actually taking on Iran, and that would be interesting.
Just get out of the guys. IDF does not need help from the Lebanese army. They don't need help from the Syrian army. Just get out of their fucking way. You know what I think, Ellie? I think if we didn't get in Israel's way, both Hamas and Hezbollah would have been over by now. I think there wouldn't be much left if we just stood out of their fucking way. My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.